how much life insurance do we really need? Is it 10 times our salary? Is it 5 times our salary? Is it a random number that a friend said at a party once? Or is it meant to reflect something deeper, like the way we value life? I know that you've spent years simplifying this very complex world of insurance for customers. So, well, Neeraj, I'm going to start with you. Why do most people get this question wrong?
See, if you look at life insurance, the people are confused about it. Why? Because they're looking at it more from protection perspective on their liability side, right? But life insurance is generally not just protecting yourself from your liabilities, but it is also to give you support and the freedom to continue living your lifestyle or your family's lifestyle the way it is. And that is where a lot of people do the mistake. They calculate their liabilities typically and they say, okay, these are my liabilities and this is what I need coverage for. But they forget what their future earnings potentials are. And basis that you build your life on, right? For example, anybody earning a salary here, typically, whenever he does his financial calculation for the future, he typically would sit around and say, okay, I'll work till 60, earn this much income, have my savings, and basis that I will build my lifestyle. That's the real way of doing it. But what happens when you're not there after 40, right? What happens to your future income? That is where you need to protect for. So life insurance does not need to be looked at as only a protection against your liabilities, but protecting your happiness or your family's happiness and their lifestyle.
Okay. That's interesting. Adel, is there a starting point, maybe a rule of thumb that we can use as a starting point for this?
If we were to start somewhere, I think if we consider anything between 10 times to 15 times your annual income, annual salary, I should say, to be precise, that should be a good starting point, and I would say a sound rule of thumb, to reuse those words. However, having said that, please don't take it wrong. As Neeraj mentioned right now, we also need to consider the liabilities. If you have loans, if you have cards, those ones need to be, of course, repaid. Most importantly, if you have a family and you have dependent like kids, the cost of education is increasing year on year. So those elements have to be factored, obviously, when you consider the overall amount you want to be protected for in the future.